fight week. Jesse Rodriguez fight week was a good fight week. Put them together. That's a great fight week. Add Ray Ford on top. Fuck yeah, I'm in.
It's all right.
The actual fights aren't the best, is the only thing I will say.
Typical standard, like pre-Saudi card, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the only way I can describe it. It's a pre-Saudi card.
It reeks of the fight before the good fight. I mean, for context, people that don't know, Jaron Ennis is fighting Karen Chukhadzian. I'm hoping I've not butchered that. He's 24-2. So, not a bad record. And obviously, he's got himself to this level. He's a good fighter. But is he beating Jaron Ennis? No. If he does, I'm going to look stupid, but I just don't think he will. And Jesse Rodriguez is fighting Pedro Guevara, which is... I have watched Guevara fight before.
See, you're doing that one. You see me. I can't even lie to you. I've not watched him. I'm going to be honest.
I've seen him. I've not seen Karen Chukhadzian. I've never seen Karen.
Hey, do me a favor. I know this is off topic, Connor, because you know what I'm like. I've seen this ADHD kicking in. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah. Do you know what that moment there just reminded me of? Have you ever seen the clip of the North London Tottenham fan?
Yeah, I've seen.
Have we got the clip? Do you know what it's called?
It's the top. Yeah, I know what you mean though.
Please, I need people to understand what I'm thinking. They need to visually see it. This is when Connor just mentioned this about the Pedro Guava. This is what comes to mind. There's certain moments on this podcast, so both me and Connor will talk about fighters, and I can promise you now, Connor might actually have done some research on it. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I don't know who he is. I don't know who they are.
I can't find it, but I know the clip.
Where they typed in the YouTube live and they commented saying, if anyone's watching that knows what this is, put it in the comments and help us out. It's the Tottenham fan who got asked about a transfer that didn't exist on the stream.
Oh my god!
Anyone in the chat?
Yeah, I can't find it, but it's so good.
Anyway, yeah. Basically, sorry. That's the Pedro Guava moment there, Connor. I ain't got a clue who that is.
I saw his last fight against Maloney. That's all I've ever seen of him is one fight, so it's not like I've got a lot to go off. But it's enough to say Rodriguez will beat him. And I think, has he ever been knocked out? I don't. He's never been knocked out, so there we go. There's the challenge. Rodriguez.
You even have to put his full name incorrectly, because if you spell it wrong, Guava comes up and the drink comes up straight away. That's how much I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. You even need to make sure the whole name's correct.
It's a bit of a like. It's good to see the two fighters just active. I mean, Rodriguez is active, and Rodriguez should have been fighting Estrada in their rematch because there was a rematch clause. But if I'm honest, the fights aren't the best. The probably better fight of the night is Ray Ford versus Orlando Gonzalez. I've not actually watched Orlando Gonzalez, so I'm not going to pretend.
Do you know what's mad, yeah? Like, let's look at it like this. Terrence moved up. Boots, there's talks of Boots potentially moving up. I don't think Boots Ennis beats Madrimov.
That's a big statement.
I don't think Boots Ennis beats Madrimov. I'm just putting that one out there now. And the reason that is relevant is because obviously if Boots Ennis moves up, that's one of the guys that he'll have to face probably.
Well, I mean, that's probably the second best in the division.
But you know yourself, when you go straight into another division, being a world champion, you're essentially pushed up the ladder anyway.
Yeah.
You got Lawrence Okoli at heavyweight. He's never had a heavyweight fight in his life.
Yeah, he's number 5 in the world.
So,
I'm trying to think. I don't know. That's a great fight, though. Boots Madrimov is a properly good fight.
I just think Terence Crawford could be more ferocious with it. I just don't know if Ennis has got more dog in him than Madrimov. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Now I actually sit here and think about it. I think that Madrimov would beat Ennis, in my opinion. Like, I watched that Terence Crawford fight and I just thought, it's mad, but like, there wasn't... Terence done well to win, box well,
Yeah.
but he didn't dominate Madrimov, in my
No,
opinion.
no, not even close.
And there's not many fighters that do that to Terence Crawford.
No.
Do you see what I'm saying? Terence Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford couldn't actually land clean on Madrimov. He outdid him, but
don't tell Eddie that. No, we got to tell him, man. Let's be honest, man.
I mean, they're both his fighters. He won't care. But I don't know. That's a tough fight. That's a great fight, though. I'd love to see that. But it will be interesting. I mean, in terms of,
I'm a big fan of Ennis, by the way. But I'm just being honest. Like, I'm looking at how tough
fight someone hard.
But this is my point. It's like it's so difficult. What do you base Ennis? How well Ennis is doing off? Like, who's he fought? I'm gonna go back to this. If I give Shakur Stevenson the same treatment, I have to give Ennis his treatment. And we're talking about Shakur as one of the best boxers probably we ever watch. Like, just in terms of his ability, because you know how good Shakur is. But unfortunately, who's he boxed? So this, my point being, again, it's difficult to warrant. This is why these guys can never be mentioned in the same breath as a Floyd Mayweather's. People keep going back to it, but look at Floyd Mayweather's record, then look at these guys' records. People talk about the record. Miguel Cotto, Canelo Alvarez. What?
Yeah.
Crazy.
You can reel them off with Floyd. And then add Conor McGregor in for like
Oscar De La Hoya.
Why not?
Oscar De La Hoya for the early ones. Manny Pacquiao.
Mayweather's resume is just mental.
But this is my point. When we talk about like Ennis, for example, it's annoying because it's like I know how good Ennis is. It's just where do I put him in terms of how great of a fighter he is compared to other boxers? Probably not high at the moment, and his ability high, but in terms of his records, not really. It's a bit meaty. I'm not gonna lie.
No, you're right. I mean, his best win is David Avanesian. In terms of an experienced fighter, just looking through it now, I mean.
But then, to be fair, there are a lot of fights that couldn't happen which are probably not Ennis's fault. And it's probably manager's fault. So I'm not saying that he wouldn't take the fights. Yeah, I'm not saying he wouldn't take the fights, but I'm saying these fights haven't happened. So it's very difficult for me to comment on how good Ennis is. I'm just saying at the moment, going off what I've seen, Madrimov will put Ennis in the spliff. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree, but I can kind of understand it. Madrimov's had, I mean, that Crawford fight, we know where Madrimov is. Madrimov is basically, you take Crawford out of the equation, Madrimov probably beats everybody in this division. Or at least, if he's not beaten them, it's close, like so close. Ennis is a weird one because his resume, 32-0 is brilliant, 29 knockouts, he's doing his job. But it's who he's doing it against. And also, if we just look at welterweight, it's a weak division. That's not a strong division at the moment. I mean, BoxRec rankings are...
That's empty cardboard, by the way. But do you know what it is? I don't even smoke, but this is what Madrimov would do. You get me? One of these, just... That's what he's doing. Sorry, carry on.
If we just look If we look at the BoxRec ranking, now BoxRec ain't reliable at all because it's BoxRec and it can be a bit shit. Ennis is number 1, has to be. Conor Benn is number 2.
On what?
Welterweight rankings.
Yeah.